Hi, I'm Joann Peck, and I'm an Associate Professor of Marketing at the Wisconsin School of Business. My co-author, Andrea Webb, and I have just published a paper in the Journal of Consumer Psychology. This paper details the development of a measure of comfort with interpersonal touch. And when I say interpersonal touch, the way we operationalize that is a touch somewhere between the shoulder and the elbow. What's really interesting is past research has found very positive effects of interpersonal touch, especially on compliance. So for example, a diner touched by a wait person leaves a greater tip. However, when Andrea and I talked to people, we had a lot of anecdotal evidence that for some people touch is very negative. So if a salesperson touches some people, when they're shopping, they would say, I would be extremely uncomfortable, I would leave the store, and I would never come back. So we needed to develop this measure in order to test some of these questions that we are interested in.
Hi, I'm Andrea Webb. I'm a Ph.D. candidate in marketing at the Wisconsin School of Business. So given the type of touch that Joann was just talking about, there are actually two distinct types of touch: initiating touch and receiving touch. We find that people have different levels of comfort with these two types of touch. People who are comfortable with initiating touch also tend to be more extroverted and assertive, and these are the people who are not afraid to go and approach a salesperson to ask for help in a retail context. Individuals who are uncomfortable with receiving touch, they tend to dislike crowded stores. They also tend to dislike services that involve touch, such as getting a massage. As a part of scale development, we test for known group validity, which is the idea that our scale should be able to capture populations thought to be high or low on this construct. We chose electronic gamers, who are thought to be uncomfortable with touch, and roller derby players, who are thought to be comfortable. And indeed, what we see is that electronic gamers, compared with the general population, are less comfortable with touch, and roller derby players are more comfortable with touch. This scale allows us to capture nuances in people's preference for interpersonal touch and to understand more about their behavior in retail environments.